Why a Chinese Navy 815 reconnaissance ship without missiles and artillery, but can make the U.S. aircraft carrier battle group like an enemy, and even make the pirates scared. This foreign media jokingly referred to as Sea Street Sneak, Type 815 electronic reconnaissance ship, with its unique rules of survival and subversive tactical value, rewrite the rules of modern naval warfare. As a model of China's naval, asymmetric warfare, it has not only appeared frequently in hot spots around the world, but has also become the U.S. military's most troublesome, transparent rival, with its unarmed posture. From the aircraft carrier confrontation in the Pacific Ocean to the Somali waters of the pirate sanctuary, 815 type reconnaissance ship, with electromagnetic waves to weave an invisible net. The wisdom of the intelligence war and deterrent power deduction to the fullest. As a mobile intelligence station in the field of electronic reconnaissance, the core mission of Type 815 reconnaissance ship is not to fire directly, but to disrupt the opponent's combat system through the control of electromagnetic spectrum. Its hull is densely covered with giant spherical radomes and complex antenna arrays. Like a walking, information refining furnace, it can capture radio signals from 2,000 kilometers away, analyze the characteristics of the enemy's radar band, and even break encrypted communication protocols, sending military secrets worth hundreds of billions of dollars back to the rear command center in real time. During the Philippine Sea standoff in 2024, a Type 815 reconnaissance ship suddenly cut into the 10 nautical mile range of a joint US-Japanese formation, resulting in a 30-second gap in the phased array radar of a Burke-class destroyer. This short gap is enough to allow the Dongfeng 2-1D anti-ship missiles to complete the target lock, and the US military can do nothing about it, only to watch the exercise end hastily. This does not cost a shot, but the opponent's strategic intentions have nothing to hide. Ability is the modern sea war, electromagnetic control, of the ultimate embodiment of the right. The deterrent power of the Type 815 reconnaissance ship goes far beyond intelligence gathering. It is equipped with quantum communication jamming device, an active electromagnetic offset system, which can turn the enemy ships into information islands. 2022. During the confrontation in the Sea of Japan, the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force launched reconnaissance drones due to the release of the strong electromagnetic interference of the Type 815 collective lost contact, and eventually crashed into the sea before the return of the screen shows the surface of the ship with a strange electromagnetic ripples. This electromagnetic shield not only makes the incoming missiles lose guidance ability, but also makes the pirates' simple radar completely ineffective. In Somali waters, trying to approach the pirate ships cannot even lock the 6,000-ton behemoth on the screen. Its radar reflection area is compressed by the nanometer stealth coating to the level of fishing boats. And when the reconnaissance ship to open the Baidu military frequency band, a base in the East China Sea, Eagle 21 anti-ship missiles immediately enter the warm-up state. This, you dare to do it, I will light up the sword, tactical tacit understanding, so that any potential attackers are jealous. More scary to the US military is that the 815 type reconnaissance ship standing behind the Chinese Navy's Heavenly Group support the surface of the lone ship cruising it. In fact, in the 052D destroyer fire control radar cover, underwater also lurks attack nuclear submarines. 2025, Carl Vinson, Carrier Exercises. The U.S. military satellite had photographed dozens of nautical miles away from the 052D ship fire control radar locking the U.S. ship for up to 2 hours, such as the sinking of the scout ship, that is the attack on the Chinese Navy. Sinking the reconnaissance ship will trigger a full counterattack, deterrent logic, more oppressive than diplomatic protests. The data collected by the reconnaissance ship directly serves the anti-ship ballistic missile system of the rocket force. For example, in 2024, the U.S. Army test-fired anti-missile interceptors in Alaska, 815, not only recorded the entire missile trajectory, but also real-time data transmission to the Dongfeng 26 for its ballistic calculations to provide a question bank. This reconnaissance strike integrated link, so that the U.S. aircraft carriers, once locked, will face the game over desperate situation. Despite costing as much as 1.5 times that of the Type 055 destroyer, the Type 815 reconnaissance vessel is worth far more than its book value. Its gallium nitride radar array, plasma shield technology, and globally unique conformal antenna fusion design mark China's bend in electronic warfare. While countries are obsessed with the carrier race, China has chosen to build information nodes that can paralyze an entire fleet at less than 1/10 the cost of an aircraft carrier. This kind of strategic wisdom was demonstrated in the 2025 US-France-Japan military exercises, facing the Type 815, which came as close as 10 nautical miles. The participating fleet preferred to tolerate the full spectator rather than dare to fire. Sinking it would mean triggering the rocket forces. Dongfeng Express. Sinking it would mean triggering the rocket forces. East Wind Express. While leaving it alone would turn the exercise into a farce of intelligence leakage. As for the pirates, far away is the result of multiple factors superimposed. In addition to electromagnetic stealth and military deterrence, the immunity granted to warships under international law is equally critical. Attacking the Navy flag Type 815 is equivalent to a declaration of war, and the pirate organization is not capable of fighting against the real-time positioning of the Baidu system, and even more incapable of withstanding the subsequent military retaliation. When modern pirates are still using a K-47, measurements of the ocean, 815 has used electromagnetic waves for their greed to draw the coordinates of the seabed. This deterrent philosophy of giving up without a fight epitomizes the leapfrog development of the Chinese Navy, from fishing boats guarding the sea to electromagnetic cruising from Hawaii to the Persian Gulf. The 815 type reconnaissance ship track interpretation of the new sea power era of the law of survival. In the satellite full coverage of today, close to the reconnaissance is still an irreplaceable hard work in the aircraft carriers across the sea. The right to information is the real right to control the sea. It does not have the cold light of the missile drogue unit, but the electromagnetic sword splits the arrogance of the traditional firepower. It does not rely on the thickness of the armor, but the wisdom of the shield, wandering in the great powers of the game of the tip of the knife. The existence of this sea ghost is not only the milestone of China's military industry, asymmetric transcendence, but also the world's naval forces on a deep strategic lesson. When the roar of the steel ship is gradually replaced by the spectrum of silence. When the roar of the steel giant ships gradually replaced by the spectrum of silence, the balance of victory has long been tilted to the side of the mastery of the system of electromagnetic power. The global deployment of Type 815 reflects the strategic layout of the Chinese Navy. From watching the U.S. Alaskan anti-missile test in 2017 to tracking the Nimitz carrier to within 20 nautical miles by a single ship in 2024, its range of activities has covered the Japanese archipelago, Australia's periphery, and even the west coast of the United States. In the 2024 Rim of the Pacific military exercises, the 29-nation fleet was forced to turn off its radar system due to the proximity of the Type 815, and the effect of the exercise was greatly reduced, and the U.S. military's carefully planned show of maritime hegemony ultimately degenerated into an embarrassing pantomime. This soft to conquer tactics not only saves military resources, but also in the psychological level of the opponent's confidence in the disintegration. In the future, with the plasma shield and electromagnetic pulse bomb technology breakthroughs, Type 815 and its successor will be further upgraded to full-spectrum dominator. While traditional military powers are still piling up firepower density, China has quietly built up a set of new information-based combat system. 815 reconnaissance ship's existence is not only a mirror to see the essence of modern war changes, but also a key to open the door to intelligent sea power for China.